Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now, this video right here talks about a couple who basically, this guy was with this woman. They was married and everything, and some kind of way things didn't work out over his anger or issues that he deal with. But she went missing. So, friends and family started pointing the finger at her ex-husband, who pretty much was the reason why she come up missing. So we're gonna read a snippet from this story, and I'm gonna share with you my opinion as we go. Now, Megan Stefik and her best friend Julia Jacobson were giddily chattering a few months ago about the possibility that women could live in the same town again for the first time since they had been at school together in South Dakota. We were both so excited, Stefik said in a phone interview Tuesday, October 17th from San Antonio, where Jacobson was planning to move from San Diego. One of the last times we were on the phone, she was on Realtor.com and asking me, what are the good areas? How far away is it from traffic? We were so excited to be close to each other again. Stefik didn't know that the carefree evening would be one of the last times she would speak to her friend before Jacobson went missing. 6 weeks after the search began, police in Ontario, where she was last seen alive, announced Monday that they believe Jacobson had been killed and that her ex-husband, 39-year-old Dalen Larry Ware had been arrested in Arizona on suspicion of murder. I just couldn't believe it, Stefik said. You always hold out hope, but even right now I can't believe she's gone. Jacobson family mourned the 37-year-old retired Army captain's death on Facebook page they created to generate tips after she went missing. Words cannot express the pain and anguish our family has endured since our beloved sister and daughter, Julep Jacobson, went missing, the post read. It is truly incredible the way Julia's family, friends, co-workers, employer, and complete strangers have come together. We cannot overstate our sincere appreciation for all those who have provided their prayer, support, and resources. Police are still searching for the remains of Jacobson and her dog. He even did something with the dog, probably, most likely. Boogie, a good name, who went missing September the 2nd, but a forensic search of her car led police to conclude she would not be found alive. It soon became very clear that she was not a missing person. She had been murdered, said Detective Melissa E. Ramirez with the Ontario Police Department. On the morning September the 2nd, Jacobson was seen at a 7-Eleven in San Diego. Later that day, her debit card activity placed her at a gas station in Ontario, according to San Diego and Ontario police. She talked to her father every morning, and when they didn't hear from her, they knew something was wrong, Stefik said. That was Julie. For weeks, San Diego police searched for Jacobson, following up on all credible tips that had begun to flood the For weeks, San Diego police searched for Jacobson, following up on all credible tips that began to flood the office and those forwarded by the family. All those tips lent credibility to the idea that she was still alive. But when all the leads were investigated, authorities were left with the last confirmed location where she was seen alive, Ontario. Since her last known location was here, we became the lead agency, Ramirez said. Ontario detectives returned to a major piece of evidence that both agencies agreed could hold more information, Jacobson's vehicle, which was found a few blocks from her home a few days after she went missing. The keys were in the ignition. Now, how did it get there? Ramirez said. Who drove it there? We are hoping someone may have seen something and can assist in this investigation. Ontario detectives did another forensic search of the vehicle and discovered new evidence that resulted in the conclusion Jacobson had been killed, Ramirez said. Although she could not release too much information, Ramirez said San Diego and Ontario authorities collected enough evidence to obtain an arrest warrant for Ware in the Phoenix suburb of Laveen, Arizona, where he was living with his new wife, the mother of his children. With help from the Phoenix police and the FBI's Violent Crime Task Force, Ware was arrested Friday, October 13th. He is awaiting extradition back to California. According to the family, Jacobson and Ware had been divorced longer than they'd been married, Ramirez said. There was evidence that Ware and Jacobson may have still been seeing each other, although Ramirez said family told investigators their relationship was strictly platonic. Now, why was she still, trying to interact with this guy? And see, that's why I tell people, when you get out of these relationships, especially if it was some kind of violence or a lot of negative things said, like things were to the point where I would kill you, I would hurt you, or you can't be with nobody else. You don't need to go back to the people trying to be friends or trying to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Even if they need your help, let them people go, because let me tell you something, even a wounded snake could turn around and bite you. And that's what a lot of times these people will do. They will act like they're wounded, or they might be wounded, but guess what? They still will resent you and still hold against you for the fact that you're not there with them and want to see you suffer just like them. So remember that when you're still trying to call yourself looking out for somebody from your past. Now, Stefik said her friend had been married to Ware for a little more than a year. I had no idea she was in contact with him, Stefik said. That was kind of surprising to me. Despite the arrest, investigators said their job still isn't done. We don't know where she and Boogie are, Ramirez said. Authorities believe her dog was also killed. Our investigation isn't done because we don't have Julia and Boogie. Julia has to come home, and that's something we are committed to. Jacobson is described as 5'7", 150 pounds, with blonde hair and brown eyes. Her dog is a 42-pound Wheaton Terrier. It's a good dog. Investigators asked anyone who may have seen Ware Jacobson or both to contact the Ontario Police Department at 909-986-6711. Detective Ruben Espinoza at 909-395-2894, or Detective Brant Devy at 909-395-2715. Information may be reported anonymously to the We Tip hotline at 1-800-782-7463. And if anybody out there know anything, will you please call one of these people and see, can we help this woman, if she's still alive. Even if she's not, the family still need closure, and we still need to see what really happened with the cases, with her, the dog also, but more on her also. And it's just sad. It's a sad situation where people still thinking that you can be friends with some of these people. I'm not saying everybody's the same, because some people, they break up, they get divorced, they still might go out to lunch together. You blessed if you can have that type of relationship, because a lot of people can't even stand to be around somebody that they were once in a relationship with. But if you had, and the type of relationship you had, so there's no need for me to pacify you or tell you what you had. You basically know if the relationship was good or bad. I don't know. I'm not there. Only thing I can say, I'm on the outside looking in. So what I'm trying to tell you is think about it, and you might be going to meet somebody today from your past. And guess what? You don't never know what's on their mind unless you really know that person. And one thing about it, you would never truly know a person. You feel me? Because it's a reason why you all relationship did not work out. You have to think about that also. But there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody over the phone. But it's another step that when you want to start meeting up again and all that, that means you're still holding some kind of feelings for each other. Now, you shouldn't want to see each other suffer or die in some hideous death. But at the same time, you have to protect yourself, and it's your life also. So let me know what you all think about this story right here. And like I said, if you all have any information, please call these people so this woman family, not this girl, this woman family can get some type of justice and closure, and it's a very sad situation that you have people out here, and believe it, she just didn't wind up missing by just out of because she want to. No, she wouldn't do that, because as they were saying, she would call her dad every day. So she was her daddy's girl, and that's a good thing right there. So it's not like she intentionally did this to hurt someone, knowing that the people who she gonna hurt the most is her mom and dad, her relatives. They're the one gonna suffer the most. So I'm sure she wouldn't want to do that. But at the same time, I'm not blaming this guy also, even though he is a very prime suspect. But hey, we gotta let the chips fall where they may. But anyway, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, you like, subscribe. Till next time, stay blessed, keep your eyes open, stay woke, and remember, stop hanging around people who don't mean you no good, and especially people from your past who you had to get rid of. You got rid of them for a reason. You need to understand that. Be blessed. I'm out.